All right, whether you're in the middle of a commute, whether you're in the middle of a long night, in the middle of a hard semester, we don't always know how to handle the middle of what we're going through. It can be really tough. And we're all in the middle of something, right? And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. My name is Brad. I am a Jesus follower. I'm a millennial. I'm a pastor, husband, father, lots of other stuff. But my heart for this YouTube channel is to bring up questions that I have, and I know some of you have too, about our faith and about a God who can be really hard to understand sometimes. So thank you for watching. I'm deeply grateful. If you like this content, go ahead and like it. You can even subscribe and share it. That'd be really great. Let's dive in today. My previous video, Master the Middle Part 1, I covered this idea that Jesus can come into the middle of whatever we're going through and tell us, don't be afraid, I'm here, and how that might change everything about what we're going through. But sometimes, even if that happens, we're still in the middle of something that's going on and taking a long time. And so that's why today we're jumping into Master the Middle Part 2, and we're going to talk about this idea that the middle is really hard to manage. And I was thinking about this idea of seasons, and not only seasons of life, but seasons in nature as just a really great illustration for this idea of getting stuck in the middle, because something you can really feel stuck in is a season. I'm thinking about the changing of seasons. People love the changing of seasons, right? And it's almost kind of comical. We never really like the season we're in. We're excited about the season that's about to come. And if it's winter, we can't wait for spring. And if it's spring, we can't wait for summer and summer vacation. And if it's summer, we're so excited about fall and the changing colors and, pumpkin spice lattes and all those crazy things. I don't know if anyone actually looks forward to winter, but maybe there's some crazies out there that do. But you know what I realized is sometimes you can really feel stuck in the middle of a season. Sometimes the summer lasts way too long. Sometimes the winter lasts way too long. And we're like, come on, let's get on with this. And it's the same way with a season of life. I think that sometimes we can't wait for the next season of life. I remember being, a teenager, and I couldn't wait to get my license. And then when I got my license, I couldn't wait to graduate high school. And when I graduated high school, I couldn't wait to start college. And I don't know if I took enough time to really process what I was in the middle of. I couldn't wait for what was next. And sometimes that happens to us and we get stuck. And kind of getting back to this illustration of seasons, I think about winter, and I live in upstate New York, and winter can be really rough. Winter is a time where all the leaves fall off of everything. Everything looks bleak and dead, and it's windy and it's cold. And sometimes it doesn't even snow. I love snow. But sometimes it doesn't even snow. Sometimes it's just cold and it rains and it's muddy and miserable, right? And really sometimes it can just last forever. And I can't wait for winter to be over by like January 1st, right? I'm just like ready. I'm beyond. I'm ready to get into spring. And I think that sometimes we feel that way in life. We kind of feel like a tree that has lost all its leaves and there's no signs of life. And we're just kind of desperate to see, is this thing still alive? Is this thing still working? And, we feel like the sap of our tree has retreated deep within us and we aren't able to produce what we want to produce. We're looking for signs of life. And, I've been through a couple winter seasons of life for sure in my life where it was a season of preparation, but I didn't appreciate it. It was a season of getting ready for what was next. But all I felt like was that I was stuck. And maybe you feel that way too. But you know what I realized is in my life, just like in nature, winter is an ordained part of the design. I mean, without winter, there wouldn't be the right preparations for spring. Some plants, some animals, they absolutely thrive because winter gives them a chance to prepare for what's next. And there's a lot going on under the surface in winter that we don't see, especially in plant life and especially in the way that animals scurry around and do all the things that they're doing. And that really teaches me that the winter seasons of my life are not just dormant. They're not just void of life. They're actually an opportunity for God to prepare us to see his faithfulness. In fact, I would say this, that God is doing more in the winter season of your life than you realize. Maybe you've retreated a little bit. Your strength has retreated a little bit. You don't feel like you could produce anything that you want to produce in this season of life, just like a tree outside in winter. I want to tell you, don't worry. It's just not the season for it. God is preparing you for what's next. So in this season of life, if you feel like you're in a season like that, where you feel stuck, there's no signs of life, you can't wait for what's next, I want to encourage you to just lean into the process of what God's doing. Just lean in, surrender to what God's doing. God plants seeds in the middle season and in the winter season that will be harvested when the season has come. And so if you press into this middle season, you'll see something that you could have never seen without it. And I want to encourage you with that today. I hope it does encourage you. I hope it makes it a little easier to think about a God that you still have tons of questions about. I know I do too. And if you like this content, I'd be really grateful if you would like it, subscribe, and even share it today. And tune in for more great content in my next video.